Toby is a classic nerd who is 20 years old but still lives with a grouchy grandfather. He has no friends and is forced to sell hot dogs to earn for his living. With his neighbor in his house, he watches films starring popular in the 70s star Monica Velour. He collects literally everything related to her and dreams of meeting a woman live someday. After graduation, the guy goes to a party and sees a crowd of classmates watching Amanda through binoculars. The girl does not know that she is being watched and watches an adult film while engaging in having enjoy. In the morning, the grandfather gives the guy a van and lets him do whatever he wants with it. Toby has no plans to continue selling hot dogs and is washing the car in order to get rid of it. Soon there is a buyer, but Toby refuses him as the man lives in Indiana. After buying a soft toy, the guy leaves a note in it for Amanda in which he admits that having ennui is normal. Once near the house of a friend, he sees how she dances at the window and runs away, noticing Amanda's evil father on the threshold. In the evening, the nerd learns that Monica is performing on stage in one of the clubs in Indiana and decides to go there to sell van at the same time and make dreams come true. The next morning, Toby calls up a potential buyer and, having confirmed the possibility of a deal, says goodbye to his grandfather, promising to take only cash for the sale of the van. The guy goes on an adventure trip and arrives in Indiana. Upon arrival, he immediately goes to a nightclub that has announced the performance of Monica Velour. At the entrance, the guy is greeted by a young and easily accessible Snickers offering to pay for a drink and a table at the dance floor. A little later, she admits that she is ready to provide additional services and make love to him in the car. Despite the rapid price reduction, Toby refuses even when the cost of services is only $60. The guy can be understood because he is sincerely in love with Monica and is waiting for her to appear on stage. Soon, a 50-year-old stripper in white lingerie appears on the stage and begins her seductive dance. Toby freezes with delight, his mouth wide open because before he saw a woman only on videos and dreamed of a real acquaintance. Now she is dancing right in front of him, slowly undressing and showing all those charms that he so wants to touch and kiss. The performance of a 50-year-old grandmother is not to everyone's taste, so some viewers ridicule her. Drunk and emboldened, Toby boldly replies to the guys at the next table standing up for a beautiful, in his opinion, woman. At some point, he shows the middle finger, for which he immediately gets in the face and disrupts the performance of an actress. A little later, the owner of the nightclub kicks Monica out because before there were no fights at the girls' performances. Previously, he promised 8 weeks on stage but became disillusioned with an elderly stripper and put her on the street without paying for the performance. Other girls tried to intercede because the guys behaved arrogantly and deserved such an attitude, but all their attempts were unsuccessful. Noticing the beaten Toby in the ambulance, the woman decided to help the KN who protected her from the attacks of disgruntled spectators. Not knowing where the guy lives, Monica in gratitude took him to her home. Still under the influence of alcohol and painkillers, a spellbound Toby gets to know the woman of his dreams and can't believe it's all real. After learning that the guy is a visitor, Monica tries to order a taxi for him, but steals money from a backpack as soon as she notices that Toby has fallen asleep. Early in the morning, Rune arrives at his ex-wife with their joint daughter Kayla. He heard about what happened near the club and thought that she was sent to the other world for performing on stage at that age. Also, the man insists on entering the house but Monica refuses. Realizing that a guy is sleeping in her house, the husband realized that she was not alone and outraged by her behavior, left not allowing Kayla and Monica to talk and spend time together. Upon returning to the house, the woman was extremely surprised to see that Toby was not only awake but also managed to cook her breakfast. Worried about communicating with her daughter and the lawsuit during which she may be deprived of the opportunity to see Kayla, Monica begins to cry and finds comfort in the arms of the guy. A little later, Toby shows her an album that contains clippings and photos from all the magazines where young Monica appeared. He considers her the goddess of the film industry and knows every role she has played. This makes the woman delight, but Monica understands that all this is in the distant past because now she is almost 50, and by the standards of the film industry she is a pensioner. After a pleasant conversation, Toby goes back to the bar to pick up the van and notices an insulting inscription in his address on it. Having gone to a nearby town, the guy contacts Claude to sell the transport. The man turns out to be a prank and plays a prank on Toby by putting a mannequin in his place. As it turned out, Claude is an artist and a great connoisseur of classic American things, so he is ready to generously pay for a rusty van, the price of which is no more than $100. Claude writes a check for $5,000, but Toby refuses because he wants the cash. The man will be able to get to the bank only after 2 days, so the deal is delayed. This does not upset the guy because he has the opportunity to see Monica again. Renting a room in an inexpensive motel, Toby watches TV, takes photos, looks at pictures of an actress. The next morning he arrives at Monica's house again and notices her husband rummaging through the mailbox. The woman is not at home, so the teenager leaves but only hides around the corner to watch. Ronnie, the man, breaks the law and tries to break into Monica's house, and Toby takes some photos to prove it. A little later he meets Monica in downtown. The woman just received another refusal and could not get a job in a beauty salon. Helping to cope with stress, Toby carries gallon containers of alcohol behind the woman. Having made a stop in the park on a bench, Monica pours out her soul, remembering the events of the past. The old men sitting next door are frightened by the viciousness of her stories, so they run away. Toby also talks about himself and the parents he doesn't have. Continuing their walk, the couple ignores 2 impudent bikers. At some point, Monica is unable to walk because of the alcohol, so Toby uses a shopping cart to take the woman home. Upon his return, he tries to show interest in the woman, but she promptly falls asleep. Leaving Monica behind, Toby goes to the nearest video store and buys another CD featuring his favorite actress. Deciding to make a pleasant surprise for the woman, the guy buys fireworks to organize a festive fireworks display. After, Toby hurries to Monica's house, but it turns out that she is not at home. Leaving a note, the guy learns from a neighbor that the woman has gone to school and is heading there. Near the fence, he notices Monica crying, forced to look at her daughter from afar and wipe her tears with a handkerchief. Deciding that this is not the best moment, Toby returns to the motel and waits for a call from the woman who found his note. After meeting, the couple watches a video featuring Monica wearing 3D glasses. Toby is interested in everything, so he finds out which of the actors was good in bed and with which the woman was bored. A little later, a couple on a strange and rusty van with a 2M sausage on the roof goes to the forest. Monica is distrustful of Toby, afraid that he wants to take her life. Soon, she realizes that the guy invited her to a romantic picnic in the middle of the field. Having arranged a colorful pyrotechnic show, the teenager was able to distract the woman from her problems and cheer her up. In the evening, Monica complained about the failed marriage, and Toby told her that he was actually 20 and a virgin. A little later, the woman admits that her deepest dream is to take her daughter and leave for Oregon, starting life from scratch. Toby's greatest desire is to have enjoy with her, and 50-year-old Monica decides to make it come true, becoming Toby's first woman. She makes him and teaches him how to move and what to do to please his partner. Toby, with fireworks, marks the beginning of an adult life and brings Monica her daughter. The woman at this time drinks with 2 bikers and gets angry at the guy. When she sees Kayla, she understands that because of this she can be in big problems, and Ronnie will be able to sue her daughter, depriving her of her maternal rights. Trying to drive Toby away, the woman destroys his castles in the air and dreams, after which she reports that due to lack of money she agreed to star in a new film. Toby tries to dissuade her, but receives a new portion of the harsh truth, because Monica is sure that he does not know her real name. As soon as Toby leaves, the woman asks her daughter to call her father, and once again left with the bikers takes illegal substances and alcohol. While Monica is having fun with the men, a frustrated Toby leaves for the woods. At one point he considers taking his own life and jumping off a bridge, but soon realizes that he and Monica are completely unsuitable for each other. There is an age and social gap between them, so Toby loses interest in the actress. Left on the old bridge, he tears the pages from the album and throws them into the river. On Monday, Toby goes to Claude's to finalize the deal and sell the van. After receiving $5,000 in cash, he tells the man the story of Monica and asks for advice. Claude lives alone for a long time but adheres to his father's advice. Come on time, try your best, and hope for the best. Inspired by these words, Toby takes the children's bike and goes to the lingerie store. After purchasing a pink thong, he arrives for the film shoot and aggressively fights his way into the room to become one of the actors. After paying the director $100, the guy passes the selection and prepares for the first take. A few minutes before filming, he gives Monica a note saying that he called the police. Using a pretext, the woman escapes and officers soon arrive on the scene. They arrest everyone present. A little later, the police bring the guy to Monica's house. The officers recognize the actress and envy the guy because he has a gorgeous mother with whom everyone would like to have fun. Once at Monica's house, Toby gives her the $5,000 he earned from selling the van and also shows her a photo of Ronnie, which shows him trying to break into her house. This inspires a woman because she will be able to provide evidence to the court and win it by returning her daughter to herself. Toby is so in love with Monica that he is ready to go to Oregon with her and start life from scratch. The woman understands that this is impossible and live with a 50-year-old woman. Toby continues to insist on his own, so Monica categorically refuses money. Offended, Toby hides in the corner of the sofa and the woman has to calm him down. She asks the guy to find a girl his age and gives him a farewell kiss. After leaving Monica's house, Toby throws his backpack and bike in a rage but later realizes that she was right. Meanwhile, Monica is making her bed and finds an album of her photographs. As it turned out, the guy knew her real name and every detail related to her life. In addition, he still left money so that she could win the trial and return her daughter. After meeting with Claude, Toby makes a poster asking for a ride to any convenient place. The guy travels all over America hitchhiking for several weeks, after which he returns home. As it turned out, grandfather did not expect him at all. Toby receives a letter from Amanda. A classmate was waiting for his return and is glad to meet the guy. Having gathered for a date, Toby calls her, and soon the couple begins a romantic relationship. Sometime later, Monica sends Toby a thank you card. Now she lives in Oregon with her daughter and feels happy,